We've all been there. That flash of brown, the big rack, and then just the sound of crashing brush and a waving white tail. A clean miss, despite all the incredible technology we have today. Laser flat rifles, crystal clear scopes, and ammunition that's more precise than ever. Hunters still go home empty-handed. So why does this happen? Well, it's usually not the gear's fault, it's how we use it. We're going to break down the 5 biggest reasons you might miss your deer this season. Stay with us. Number 5. Your rifle is a boat anchor. This is a mistake I see guys make all the time, both at the range and in the field. They build this beautiful heavy-barreled rifle, and on the bench, sitting in a rest, it's an absolute tack driver. Precisely because it's so heavy. That mass soaks up recoil and holds steady. But here's the reality. Deer hunting is not bench rest shooting. Deer hunting, especially when you're on the move, is a game of speed, opportunity, and agility. And when you're carrying a 13-pound rifle with a target-grade stock, it is slow to get on your shoulder, it's slow to get on target, and it's a nightmare to hold steady in an unsupported position. You might see that buck, but he's standing behind a branch. You have to wait. And as you're holding that rifle, your support arm is screaming. You can be the toughest guy in the camp, but physics is physics. Your muscles are going to start to shake as you're waiting for that perfect shot. So, don't overdo it. And you have to think about the entire hunt. How far are you realistically going to hike with a 13-pound rifle cutting into your shoulder? Now, look, if your hunt is a 50-yard walk to a heated box blind overlooking a cornfield, fine. Bring the cannon. But if you are covering ground, especially out west or in the big woods, that weight is a brutal enemy. It will wear you down, I don't care who you are. The solution is to choose a rifle that is balanced, one that you can shoulder quickly, get on target, and hold steady until the shot presents itself. Number 4. You didn't verify your rifle's zero. This is one of the most common and easily avoided mistakes in the book. I hear it at camp every single year. Oh, it was zeroed last season. I put it in the safe. It's good to go. No, it's not. Not necessarily. Think about everything that could have happened in that year. Did you have a big humidity swing? That can swell or shrink a woodstock just enough to put pressure on the barrel and change your point of impact. Did you drop it? Did it get bumped in the back of the truck on the drive to camp? Did one of your buddies grab it out of the safe and fiddle with the scope turrets? It is just plain foolish not to fire 2 or 3 shots to confirm your zero. Imagine you get to camp and fire one shot at 100 yards. Your aim is dead center, but the bullet hits 3 inches high and 3 inches to the right. At 100 yards, that's probably still a dead deer. You might just brush it off. But what happens when that buck steps out at 250 yards? That 3-inch error has now multiplied into a 9 or 10-inch error. You squeeze the trigger, and you've missed him clean. Or even worse, you've wounded him. And here's another critical factor. Elevation and atmosphere. Air density absolutely affects your bullet's flight path. I can tell you from personal experience, every time I've traveled to a different state to hunt, especially at a higher elevation, I check my zero. And it is always a little bit different from where it was back at my home range. Verify your zero. Ideally, the day before you hunt, with the exact ammunition you plan to hunt with. Don't leave the most critical part of the entire shot to chance. Number 3. You brought too much gun. This one goes against the bigger is better mindset, but it is absolutely true. Are you really taking a 300 Winchester Magnum for a 200-pound whitetail? Look, it will absolutely work. It will deliver devastating terminal performance. But what's the trade-off? The trade-off is recoil. And most shooters, even the ones who won't admit it, will develop a flinch, a subconscious anticipation of the shot, when they know that much thunder is about to go off next to their face. You brace for the impact, you jerk the trigger, and you pull the shot off target. The other problem? Cost. That Magnum ammunition is expensive. That means you are probably not practicing with that rifle nearly as much as you should be. You do not need 3,500 foot-pounds of energy to kill a deer. That kind of energy just zips right through and wastes a bunch of meat on the other side. I hear from hunters all the time who drop deer season after season with a .223 Remington and a good 55-grain bonded bullet. Now, I'm not saying either a .300 Magnum or a .223 is the ideal choice, but this brings us to that perfect sweet spot: the classic whitetail cartridges. Short-action favorites like the .308 Winchester, the modern 6.5 Creedmoor family, or the legendary .30-06 family, like the .270 or the .280 Remington. These cartridges are proven. They don't hammer your shoulder into dust. They're fast, they're efficient, and they fit into light, handy rifles. They are just about perfect for this job. Don't go too big. Shoot a cartridge you can master, not one you're afraid of. Number 2, you have too much scope. This is a modern problem, and it is rampant. You do not need a scope that dials from 3 all the way up to 18 power for 99% of deer hunting situations. You do not need a massive 34mm main tube. All that extra glass and metal just adds weight, and it makes the rifle top-heavy and unbalanced. That unbalance makes it slower to get on target and steady for a quick shot. A big, high-magnification scope is a specialized tool. It's fantastic for precision long-range target work or for shooting prairie dogs at 500 yards. But for deer hunting, which is often a game of speed and efficiency, you are far better off with something in that classic 2 to 10 or 3 to 9 power range. How many of us have done this? A deer jumps up, you throw the rifle to your shoulder, and all you see in the scope is a patch of brown hair. You had the power cranked all the way up. By the time you fiddle with the ring and dial it back down, the deer is gone. Here is your pro tip. Always carry your scoped rifle on its lowest power setting. If an animal is close and fast, you'll be able to find it in your field of view. If the animal is far enough away to need that extra magnification, you almost always have the time to dial it up. Keep your scope like your rifle: light, compact, and quick. Bonus reason: buck fever. We have to talk about this one. That moment when a big rack steps out of the brush, your heart starts hammering, your hands start to shake, and your breathing goes right out the window. That's buck fever. It's a challenge, and the truth is, you don't ever want to get rid of it. That adrenaline, that excitement, that's why we do this. But you absolutely must learn to control it. Because when you're shaking, you can't be precise. And when you can't be precise, you miss. The only real cure is experience. The more deer you see, and the more shots you take, the more you learn to manage that adrenaline. I hope I never get rid of it completely, but I focus every single time on controlling it. Breathe. Focus on the fundamentals. Squeeze. If you get rid of that excitement entirely, you might as well just take up golf. Number 1, you fiddle with your gear. This is the number 1 reason, and it's the one that combines all the other problems. You are just not ready to shoot. A deer steps out, and instead of mounting the rifle and shooting, you're doing this. Oh, there he is. Okay, wait. Gotta adjust my parallax. Now, how far is he? Let me get the rangefinder. 200 yards. Okay. Wait, my scope is on 18 power. I gotta turn that down. Which way? Okay. Where did he go? Oh, now he's out there at 300. Crap. What's my drop at 300? Let me check my chart. He's moving again. If he gets over that hill, he's gone. And scene. The deer is gone. Folks, they do not wait around for you to run a pre-flight checklist. You have got to be ready. The old-timers knew this. Since we invented the metallic cartridge, the system has been simple. Load it and shoot it. We need to get back to that simplicity. Think about the classic 30-30 lever action. For 100 years, that was the deer rifle. Why? Simplicity. The hammer is down. It's safe. You see the deer, you cock the hammer, you press the trigger. No adjustments, no bipods to fold out, no charts to consult. You just know that inside 150 yards, you hold on the animal and you're going to get your deer. Now you don't have to use a 30-30. Most of us want a good, modern compromise. Something like this, a lightweight bolt action. It's not a heavy target rifle. It's easy to carry. It doesn't have a lot of extra bells and whistles to mess with. It's got a simple, clear scope. Maybe a 3.5 to 10 power. That's going to cover 95% of all your hunting. It's chambered in a light-kicking, versatile cartridge, like this 7mm 08 Remington. With this setup, you are ready to take a deer quickly. There's no thinking other than, there's my target, squeeze the trigger, get the rifle up, and there's your buck. I hope this helps you have a more successful deer season. It's all about mastering your gear and, most importantly, mastering yourself. Let us know in the comments what mistakes you've learned from over the years. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, shoot straight and stay safe.